Ako po si Jessica Soho at ngayong araw, pag-usapan natin yung totoong nakakatakot. Adulting problems. Don't we all have that? So, story number 1, adulting in the Philippines right now feels like a never-ending survival mode. Kakampi mo ako dyan. I sympathize with you. Does anyone feel like adulting in the Philippines right now is just one big survival game? Like, no matter how much you budget, work, or try to plan ahead, things just keep getting more expensive and harder to keep up with. Groceries, mahal na. Rent, lumilipad ang presyo. Parang team ko, lumilipad din. Commute! Either sumasabay ka sa pagtaas ng pamasahe or you're stuck in traffic for hours. Meanwhile, sweldo, still the same. Parang hindi na tumataas kahit lumalaki na lahat ng gastos. And I get it, adulting has always been hard. Pero grabe, it really feels like our generation is getting hit extra hard. Some of us are juggling multiple jobs, trying to build savings, or even putting off things like marriage or buying a home. I just want to know, may strategies ba kayo to make things easier? Would love to hear your thoughts. Nako, I wish I can tell you na madali. Wala naman talagang madali sa buhay. The sooner you accept that and deal with it, the better. Pero alam ko rin from experience na walang imposible. Now, paano ba? Ano ba naging strategy ko? Una, set your priorities. The first time you have a job, first time mo makatanggap ng sweldo, dapat klaro na anong goal mo sa buhay. Ako noon, when I was starting, klaro sa akin. I want to be able to support myself. Actually, sarili ko muna kasi yung parents ko naman at that time may trabaho. Swerte rin ako siguro in that sense that I didn't have that burden early on. So, sarili ko muna inisip ko. Gusto ko magkatrabaho, gusto ko masuportahan ang sarili ko. And then, nung alam ko na what I want in life, nag-focus ako sa work kasi gusto ko maging financially independent So, alam ko, kailangan ko ng pera. Nung klaro na sa akin na I want to earn my keep and sustain a certain lifestyle, then I focused on work. I worked really, really hard. At that time, walang masyadong opportunities sa media. So, sabi nga nung isang kabatchmate ko, si Raul Castro, who was the head honcho of McCann Erickson, sabi niya, nung time namin, wala kaming arte-arte. Hindi ka pwedeng sabihin, gusto kong mamili ng work. Wala kang pagpipilian. There were only 3 networks and newspapers because I finished a course in journalism. And then here was GMA only in Quezon City. Sabi ko, pwede ako magtrabaho dyan. But having said that, importante din na masabi ko sa inyo na wag agad-agad magpalit ng lifestyle o standard of living. Lagi ko sinasabi nun, wow! Nagsumweldo ako, alala ko 2,000 pesos. At the time, ang laki na nun. Pero pag gagastusin ko, then I started realizing na mabilis lang pala maubos. So sabi ko, hindi pwede to. I have to keep the old lifestyle or the old standard of living I have from my college years. Hindi ko pa afford magkaroon ng kotse o tumira sa apartment man lang. I was renting a room in Teachers Village. So, parang, di ba, kaya naman you have to maintain that kind of lifestyle until you have enough to fall back on. Pag marami na kayong savings, then that's when you start indulging yourself. Another tip that I'd like to give you is to, as much as possible, live near your place of work. Kasi that way, you save on money sa pamasahe and you save on time. Hindi ka masyadong magko-commute. So, that's another tip that I'd like to share with you. Okay, so we move on. Out of place po ako sa work. Paano po ba mag-cope kapag bago ka pa lang sa trabaho? 2 months pa lang ako sa work. Sa department namin, kaunti lang kami at ako na ang pinakabata. Yung pinakamalapit sa age ko ay 7 years my senior. Wow, sounds familiar. Ganun din ako nun. Sa daily routine namin sa office, nakaka-interact ko naman sila. Nakikipagtawanan din ako, kaya akala ko ay okay naman kami. Hanggang last week, nagkayayaan silang kumain sa labas. Yung coworker na nagyaya, inisa-isa pa niya ang pangalan ng mga coworker namin para ayain. Habang ako nasa harap lang niya, hindi niya ako niyaya. Uy, feeling left out siya. Sobrang awkward para sa akin ang sitwasyon na yon. Parang hindi ako nag-i-exist sa mga oras na yon. Wala ni isa man lang sa kanila na nagtanong sa akin kung gusto kong sumama. Unang beses kong maramdaman na parang hindi ako belong, kaya hanggang ngayon, affected ako. After ng incident na yon, biglang balik sa dati. Nag-e-exist na naman ako. Pero nung uwian na, may pinag-uusapan na naman sila sa harap ko. Nakatayo lang ako na para bang wala ako doon. Hanggang sa maghiwa-hiwalay na kami ng daan. Hindi ko alam kung may mali ba sa akin, ano ba ang dapat kong gawin. Any tips para makakope sa ganitong mga sitwasyon? Ako kasi ever since, hindi ako groovy. May pagka-introvert din ako. Pero yung social skills, I've always taken that upon myself to learn. Kailangan matutunan mo yun how to be a social being, 'di ba? Kasi wala naman taong mabubuhay mag-isa. Kasi kahit sa work, sinasabi namin yan when I became a manager, sinasabi ko, teamwork. Paano magkakaroon ng teamwork kung merong isang naiiba, merong isang hindi marunong makihalubilo? Naalala ko when I was new, I started working last quarter of 1984. Na-shock ako talaga, na culture shock ako when I was new. You work for broadcast, suddenly, you have to get along with two other people na ibang-iba sa'yo. Yung cameraman ko, matanda na. Yung assistant niya, medyo lukulukong bata. Naalala ko, nung bagong pasok ako, sabi nung isang cameraman sa akin, sino ba to? Bakit mukha siyang pinabili ng suka? So, kasi mukhang nene, kagagaling lang ng UP. Sinabi nila talaga sa akin, ngayon kung UP ka, magbuhat ka ng bag, mag-aral ka gumamit ng tripod at magsaksak ng mikropono at mag-ilaw. But then, hindi ako na-insulto. The burden was on me to prove na hindi lang ako pinabili ng suka. And hindi ako sanay makihalubilo sa mga barakong mga lalaki na parang may mundo silang sarili tapos outsider ka. But then I learned how to get along. Wala, survival Kailangan matuto kang makisama. Because of that, I had to humble myself na oo nga, kahit nag-graduate ka sa UP, marami pala akong hindi nalalaman. Especially, broadcast was not my field. Ang field ko talaga was print. So, everything I had to learn from scratch. But I never took that as a hurdle. I took that as a challenge. Nung natuto na akong makisama sa kanila, ang saya pala kumain ng mga kanduli. What's the lesson there? You have to get out of your own small circle. Get out of your own silos or echo chambers. Binilin ko rin to sa mga artista. Sa GMA, yung mga sabi ko, kilala nyo man lang ba kung sino yung inyong mga yaya at driver? Alam nyo man lang ba that they have the best stories? The best stories come from unexpected people and unexpected places. You know, stories are our currency And if you like stories and if you love stories, then explore. Get to know more people. The more varied stories you hear and listen to, mas textured din yung inyong storytelling. I mean, this is real world, this is real life, this is real talk. Kailangan matutunan natin mag-reach out dun sa higit na nakararami sa atin. At saka, we don't have the privilege of choosing who to work with. Hindi ganun ang totoong buhay. Pag hindi ka nila kinakausap, kausapin mo sila, 'di ba? Find some things that you can both share. It's a skill. It's a skill that you have to learn. And then doon naman sa mga groovies, 'di ba? Yung mga extrovert, matuto rin kayong makibagay dun sa mga introverts, dun sa mga naiiba, yung mga unique, yung mga loner types. Mas masarap makipagkwentuhan dun sa mga naiibang tao yung sa mga iba. Kasi mas marami kang maririnig na sub-stories. Then you also learn empathy, di ba? Early on, natuto akong mag-empathize with all sorts of people. So kung extrovert ka, kung outgoing ka, kung privileged ka, makipagkwentuhan ka pa rin dun sa naiiba sa'yo. That's how we make this world a better place. kailangan matuto tayong makibagay, matuto tayong maki-reach out. I think yun, basic lesson in life, we're not alone. You were never meant to be alone. I think you also have to teach yourself to shake it off, sabi nga ni Taylor Swift. It's a normal reaction for people to have anxiety sometimes. Siguro you start small. Start with one person hanggang siya na lang kinakausap mo, and then next, another person. Huwag mong biglain yung sarili mo. 'Di ba? So, what are the things you must learn to prepare yourself for adulting? Hello, I'm 19 years old and I know it's the right time to prepare myself for adulting. I'm afraid of the thought of saying, sana inaral ko ito noon o sana nalaman ko na ito noon. I want to become financially literate once I start earning my own income so I can help my family and get us out of poverty and debt. Gusto ko munang sabihin, thank you that you are so responsible na iniisip mo yung pamilya mo. Hindi lahat ng tao ganyan ang pananaw. Kailangan lang din siguro matutunan hanggang saan. Kasi yung iba, di ba, sobra-sobra nakakalimutan yung sarili. So, draw the line. Anyway, okay. Dugtong dun sa tanong niya, ano-ano po ang mga bagay na sa tingin nyo ay sana inaral na ninyo bago kayo sumabak sa big world? Example, taxation, investment, insurance. Parang ang laking word, di ba? Investment, invest. Ang susi dyan is, ano ang inflation rate? Kung ang inflation rate ng Pilipinas ngayon is 1 to 2%, dapat yung pera mo kumikita above the inflation rate. Kasi kung hindi, lugi ka. And then through time, matututunan mo rin yan. I'm not very good at this, but more or less, I have a very basic idea how it goes. Ang goal ko sa sarili ko, na comes a certain time, dapat yung mga na-invest kong instruments will be able to sustain me even if I lose my job. Ang common sa maraming tao, pag nagkatrabaho, unang iniisip nila bahay. Sabi ko, wrong. Don't ambition to build your house right away or to buy a house right away. Ang una nyong dapat pag-ipunan, emergencies. Don't put your eggs in one basket agad. Kasi pag nilagay nyo lahat ng pera nyo sa paglo-loan para sa bahay o pagbili ng bahay, paano kung mawalan ka ng trabaho? Save your principal money for the emergencies. Pagka marami ka nang naipon for emergencies, marami ka nang na-save sa bangko, invest mo na para kumita. Kunin mo yung tubo. Ang pinagmumulan ng lahat ng ito, ano bang priority mo sa buhay? Kung ang priority mo sa buhay ay to be financially independent and to support your family, then I think this is a good strategy. Kung hindi mo naman goal na maging responsibilidad yung angkan mo, you're so lucky. Kung pamilya mo lang, go ahead, live your life. Magtabi ka lang konti, and then splurge and indulge yourself, di ba? Taxes, nakakainis talaga yung taxes na yan eh. Tapos yun nga, mga kurakot lang naman yung mga nasa gobyerno. O yun, well, there's no way around it. We all have to pay our taxes. No escaping, di ba sabi nila? The two things that you can't escape in life, taxes and death. Number 2, sa pagpili ng trabaho, ano-ano po ang dapat i-consider? That which makes you happy. I think yun ang susi. Know what makes you happy. If you like to travel, then maybe you work in a travel agency or for an airline, di ba? Kailangan alam mo talaga kung ano yung interest mo sa buhay eh. What were the things you have to unlearn when you became an adult? Mga bagay na na-realize mo hindi totoo o hindi applicable kapag nasa adulting stage ka na. There is no one big happy world or happy place. Malungkot ang mundo. Sorry. It's broken. Binudol tayo. But I think there are still more good people than bad. We still have more similarities than differences. We should be getting along with each other better. What are the things that I needed to unlearn? Parang hindi ka pwedeng maging insensitive. Kailangan iisipin mo muna yung impact ng sasabihin mo. Akala natin, lalo na in my line of business, mura lang yung mga salita, di ba? Words matter. Words are powerful. They can soothe, they can ease somebody else's pain, they can heal and cure, and they can also hurt and, condemn people. Just be your own self, be your own individual self. Respect who you are, have integrity in everything that you do. But then again, the world is meant to be shared. So we have to learn how to get along with each other better. Kasi kaya tayo may mga giyera. Kasi iniisip lang natin what makes us different. Hindi eh. We're all the same. We all hurt sometime. I always say this whenever I'm asked to speak to different groups of people, lalo na sa mga Gen Z, you have to be good and you have to do good. Masyado ng maraming kurakot, masyado ng maraming masasamang tao sa mundo. Huwag na tayong dumagdag pa. And good is good. It all comes back to you. 3 kwento ng lagim, hilakbot at sindak na hango sa totoong buhay. Pochong Berbalang Sanib. 3 pelikula sa presyo ng 1 ticket lang. Yan po ang KMJS Gabi ng Lagim, the movie, starring Jillian Ward, Sanya Lopez, Elijah Canlas, and Miguel Tan Felix, and presented by yours truly po, Jessica Soho. Sa mga sinihan na po, starting November 26.